How dare we speak Merry Christmas?
Y'all thought the game was over. Y'all thought the game was over. We don't kneel the ball, man. We run the score up. Max pressure, let's go. Let's go.
They was on the sideline, chatting on the timeline. Said I never break through, said I hit my decline. Said I didn't have a heart, said I didn't have a mind. Man, I'm about to lap them, leave them all behind. I saw them laughing, I saw them pointing. Now their faces twisted, looking disappointed. I don't feel no pity, I don't feel no care. I just feel the mission, I'm a grizzly bear. I'm a different monster, I'm a new machine. Fuel all the doubt, keep the engine clean. Every time I see them, every time they look, it's an extra rep. It's another hook, it's another jab, it's another play. Till they understand, we don't come to play, we just come to win. We just come to dominate. You can see the future, we the ones that nominated for the whole thing. We want all the smoke, we want all the rings. This is not a joke, we apply the pressure to the pipes first. We was in the back, now we coming first. We gon' run it up, we gon' make them hurt. Max pressure, run the score up, no mercy, tear the floor up.
See a hater, we go harder. 1 second on the clock, we just started.
Max pressure, run the score up, no pity, tear the floor up.
They don't like it, tell them so what? We applying pressure till they all fold up.
1 second on the clock and we up by 40. I'ma call the play, I'ma tell them go for it. This ain't for the sport, this ain't for the statement. Show them we the ones that's running the pavement. We don't want a piece, man, we want the whole pie. We want the touchdown when the game should die. We want the home run when we up by 10. We gon' swing the bat again and again. Crush the competition till there's nothing left. We don't care about who we have bereft. There's a hustle takeover, this a full court press. Put them on the stretcher, leave a bigger mess. They gon' wear the white flag, we gon' run right through it. They ask me why I do it, cause you said I couldn't do it. Now I'm on the gas, and I cut the brakes. I will not be stopped, whatever it takes. We want all the wins, we want all the glory. We the only ones that's gon' write the story. We want it all, we ain't about to share. Maximum pressure, we don't fight fair. We don't fight fair, we don't fight fair, we don't fight fair. Max pressure, run the score up, no mercy, tear the floor up.
See a hater, we go harder. 1 second on the clock, we just started.
Max pressure, run the score up, no pity, tear the floor up.
They don't like it, tell them so what? We applying pressure till they all fold up. They call me queen, but I'm really the whole team. Running this track, blowing off all the steam. You're looking tired, I ain't even break a sweat. This is max pressure, is it in your head? Yeah. Ha. I don't see no competition, I just see the prey. I'ma eat them all up, call it a buffet. You can see I'm shaking, you can see I'm scared. Cause they know my drive, they know I'm prepared. This ain't for the weak, this ain't for the soft. I'm the one who's blasting off like a rocket launch. Haters on the ground, looking like ants. While I'm in the end zone doing my dance. Watch me run the score up, it's the only way to play. Put them in the dirt, get them out the way. No pity, no remorse, no second thought. This is for the win that I went and bought. With the blood, with the sweat, with the time I spent. Now you looking stupid for the day you in and land. I'm the final boss on the last touchdown. I'm the home run swing when the game's downtown. 1 second left, I'ma take the shot. Cause I'd rather die than give up what I got.
Put it up, put it up, put it up. Game over. Y'all thought we was gonna stop. We ain't never stopping.
Max pressure forever. Max pressure forever. Max pressure.
A surveillance camera catching an Amazon delivery driver taking a shortcut, driving onto the lawn of a couple to drop off their package. This happened on Sunday in Corydon, Indiana. That's about 132 miles south of Indianapolis. She drove up the lawn instead of the driveway and then walked up to the porch. She exits the same way, leaving a second set of tire tracks on the lawn. The couple says Amazon offered to repair the damage to their yard, and they're investigating the matter internally.
What the? Can you guys? Did y'all just see that? Did you guys just see that? And you guys want to get mad when they want to replace the people with when they want to replace the Uber drivers and the Lyft drivers and the warehouse workers. Now, how much do you want to bet? How much do you want to bet that Amazon is also looking into how to replace their delivery drivers? This isn't an official Amazon employee. This is one of those contractors who they picked up a package and they went to deliver it to somebody. great, cool. Amazon, you're going to offer to pay for the repairs, but why are we like? This is crackhead behavior. This is crackhead Neanderthal behavior right here. We're gonna, you know what? One more time. I am stunned. I am stunned. I am stupefied by this whole.
A surveillance camera catching an Amazon delivery driver taking a shortcut, driving onto the lawn of a couple to drop off their package. This happened on Sunday in Corydon, Indiana. That's about 132 miles south of Indianapolis. She drove up the lawn instead of the driveway and then walked up to the porch. She exits the same way, leaving a second set of tire tracks on the lawn. The couple says Amazon offered to repair the damage to their yard, and they're investigating the matter internally.
Something has to be wrong with you doing this. Like, what could be going on? You want to drive on some lawn and then what? Speed is good. Speed is good. This must be a computer. Looks like we're getting back to normal. Wait it out. That's good. That's good. CPU is good. Check memory usage. Memory's good. CPU is good. Energy is fine. What about this space? This space is good. Well, all right. It looks like we're back. Looks like we are back to normal. I tell you, this, gotta be careful. Anyways, like I said, how is everyone doing today? Hopefully everyone is having an amazing Thursday evening. Today is June 25th, 2026. We are about 5 days left in June. Can you guys believe that? Can you guys believe that? Now that the computer's working fine again, let's go back and look at this icebreaker. Let's go back and look at this Junior. I don't know if you saw it, but this is going to drive you crazy. It is going to drive you crazy. All right. Let's take a look at this again.
A surveillance camera catching an Amazon delivery driver taking a shortcut, driving onto the lawn of a couple to drop off their package. This happened on Sunday in Corydon, Indiana. That's about 132 miles south of Indianapolis. She drove up the lawn instead of the driveway and then walked up to the porch. She exits the same way, leaving a second set of tire tracks on the lawn. The couple says Amazon offered to repair the damage to their yard, and they're investigating the matter internally.
Why would you do that? I don't understand what could be going through somebody's mind that they would drive up on somebody's lawn, let alone freshly cut lawn. So this package that they ordered probably cost them $25. And now they have to deal with a whole mess of getting the lawn repaired, talking to Amazon, and then Amazon is investigating. And what's the worst that's going to happen to this person? They can just fire them because they're driving their own car. So they're just one of those Amazon contractors. They're not an official Amazon employee. So when you guys are worried about, oh, why are these big major corporations? They're trying to replace the drivers, Uber and Lyft and Amazon delivery, FedEx delivery. And you're like, oh my goodness, why they're trying to replace replace with humanoid robots and with AI? This is the reason. This is the reason that let's put it one more time. Can you guys believe this?
Catching an Amazon delivery
this is wild.
Driving onto the lawn of a couple to drop off their package. This happened on Sunday in Corridon, Indiana.
This is wild.
That's about 132 miles south of Indianapolis. She
is she
drove up
pregnant?
the lawn instead of the driveway and then walked up to the porch. She exits the same way, leaving a second set of tire tracks.
Is she pregnant?
The couple says Amazon offered to repair the damage to their yard, and they're investigating the matter internally.
Let's say she is pregnant. Let's say she is pregnant.
A surveillance camera catching an Amazon
Does that change anything?
Taking a shortcut, driving onto the lawn of a couple to drop off their package. This happened on Sunday in Corridon, Indiana. That's about 132 miles.
Is she pregnant? Do pregnant Amazon delivery drivers get to drive up on your lawn and ruin your freshly catered, freshly curated lawn to deliver a package because they are pregnant? Is that a thing? Should that be a thing? Or get her up out of there. Get up. Was she drunk? Was she pregnant? Was she pregnant and drunk? This makes absolute I couldn't. I could not. Only I get to drive up on my lawn, and people that I allow, not some random Amazon driver. This is wild.
Of Indianapolis. She drove up the lawn instead of the driveway and then
She looked
walked up
pregnant.
to the porch. She exits the same way, leaving a second set of tire tracks on the lawn. The couple says Amazon offered to repair the damage to their yard, and they're investigating the matter internally.
I'm so pissed for the homeowner just looking at this whole thing. This is wild. This is wild. I say replace them all. Replace them all. You see, if you are a gig worker, you better hold your fellow gig workers accountable, because when this starts to get out, you're going to be losing a lot of the support from the people who want to protect you from your jobs and everything like that. So you got to hold each other accountable, right? Don't let your compadres go around destroying other people's property, right? Anyways, welcome. How's everyone doing? Like I said, today is June 25th, 2026. We have some great stuff in store for you today. Our main highlight is going to be the prison drones, a massive crackdown on prison drones. We reviewed a similar story months ago. We reviewed a similar story months ago, and about how they're using drones to deliver contraband into prisons. Well, there was a massive prison crackdown over the past couple of days, so we're going to be reviewing that today. We're going to be working on our Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu RAG and MCP server, as we started on last week, trying to combine the two together. We're going to be talking about Representative Owen Burgess, I think his name is. Is it Owen? Yeah, Owen Burgess, talking about AI in the education system. And we're going to be talking about how college graduates can circumvent their AI hiring woes. Those are our topics for today. We're going to figure it out. We're going to mine it out, and we're going to have a great and grand old time. Let's take care of some housekeeping really quick. First and foremost, thank you to all the subscribers allowing me to add value to your life. I really appreciate it. You help me get better. You help me stay in touch with all the tech things that are happening, see where the sentiment of the people are, what we need to pivot to, what we need to adjust to, what we need to learn, what we need to stay informed on. So thank you so much for allowing me to add value into your life, but also adding value into my life. I really appreciate it with you. I couldn't do it without you. Shout out to my tech barbarians out there. I just had I have multiple coaching calls that just happened that are coming up. We are working on so many great things. We had a scrum night this past Sunday. We are clicking on all cylinders. I am so excited to be working with you guys, and we have an amazing plan, Vibe Code and Chill, this coming Saturday. We haven't had one in a month. The link to that Vibe Code and Chill is pinned to the top of the chat. It is a free event. Join us on Google Meet. Ask your questions, learn from each other. I'm going to be sharing a lot of insight on the state of AI in companies, where it's heading, what I've learned over the past month. I'm pretty sure Junior's going to have some amazing stuff to show us with his projects. Life Lesson's going to be showing us some projects that he's been working on. And some of my tech barbers are going to be sharing some ideas that they've been floating around, some concepts. So really good stuff coming up this Saturday. I'm looking forward to seeing you there. Like I said, the link is pinned to the top of the chat. And shout out to my YouTube channel members, my tech mercenaries, who allow this channel to go across the world. Without you guys, we would not be able to get this message out. So thank you so much. I really appreciate every last one of you.
I appreciate you.
All right, quick announcements tomorrow. So yesterday we reviewed the SpaceX Cursor purchase, the full stock acquisition. So you definitely want to check that out. Monday, what did we talk about Monday? Monday, I know I answered some questions about AI and how to navigate that. So you definitely want to check out that candid conversation. Tomorrow we have the episode of the Bug Bite. You definitely want. I think it's about Mark Zuckerberg admitting, yes, Mark Zuckerberg, the Zuckster himself. He admitted that they got some things wrong. They got some things wrong. Massive AI failures in their planning. So we're going to be reviewing that. All the stuff that we review, all the stuff that we talk about, it is so that we can adjust, we can pivot, and we can see where the state of the market is going and how we can get better, how we can better position ourselves. So check it out tomorrow, the Bug Bite. Saturday, like I mentioned, we do have a Vibe Code and Chill. We're going to have a great time hanging out, talking, freestyle. I can answer any questions you have. People will have plenty of questions, feedback, whatever it is that you need. That's what we do at Vibe Code and Chill, a place where that we can gather and talk this tech stuff and figure it out, all right? And then we're going to be back live on Sunday like we always do, all right? So that's our plan for the next few days, all that good stuff. Anything else before we get started? I have a few ideas for Monday's conversation. Actually, I might have a conversation with you guys on Monday. So one of my friends / coworkers that I used to work with like years ago, former coworkers, they came over to pick something up today, and we're just talking about our kids are growing, and I want to talk about like some advice that I gave my friend about, although you want your kids to like do really well in school and get straight A's and you want them to be like accountable, but on the other side, how can we put our kids in position to fail? Because my thought is if they're always getting 100, they become perfectionists and they never take risks. And who are the winners in life? Those who are willing to go out there and take risks. Because the perfectionists, in my opinion, the perfectionists always end up working for the risk takers. The risk takers make millions, billions, trillions now, or at least their net worth, while the perfectionists end up being tens of thousandaires, 100,000aires, because they don't want to take any risks. So I'm thinking about talking about that on Monday. Let me know what you think about that topic. I think it's going to be very, very useful because it applies in our own lives. I see it in adults, but it also applies like especially in our kids. Like we want them to do good, we want them to succeed, but how do we set them up? How do we put them in controlled failure environments so that they can win and succeed and surpass all expectations in life as well? All right. So being a perfectionist is going to have you be a perfectionist, but being a perfectionist also limits you and your success. So I think that's what I want to talk about. All right. So that's what we got coming up. Looking forward to talking to you guys, hanging out with you guys, all of that good stuff. Let me check the chat real quick, and then we're going to get into our first topic, and then we're gonna do some work. Right. So we got my guy Junior Largy in the building. What up, my guy Junior Largy? Says, what's up? What's up? What's up, family?
What's up? What's up?
What up, Junior? How are you doing today? Junior, I cannot wait to talk to you on Saturday at Vibe Code and Show to see what you have been cooking up. It's funny, right? So here's what happened with our last few Vibe Code and Shows. Because the month of May had three, I guess like 5 weeks. So the day of Vibe Code and Chill was on the 31st. Instead of the first, where Junior would have got out of Levelwood prison and started being able to code. So he was still locked up and we weren't able to see his cool work. And then the following Vibe Code and Chill, when we were supposed to have it, I was traveling, so I had to cancel it. So it's been like a month since, or it's been like over a month, like a month and a half. I think you're looking at the wrong question. Looking at the question wrong. Come back to it. So it's been like over a month and a half since Junior's been able to share what he's been working on. So I can't wait for that. I think you're looking at the question. What question is that? Was it because I had, let me see. Looking at the question wrong. Do I have a question on this? This question? Or the failure question. What question are you talking about? Anyways, Junior says they just don't want you to be great, and she does. I didn't notice that at first. Watching, I'm like, whoa, is she pregnant? Is she pregnant? And it says, remember the slogan, it's not failure, it's just another step to progress. I agree with you. But the thing is, in our quest to have our kids have straight A's and be on the honor roll and all that type of stuff, do we turn them into perfectionists without actually being able to experience failure? Because I would want my kid to be on honors and straight A's and stuff like that. But what about, how do we get them to be creative? And through the creativity process, tons and tons and tons of failure happens. And I'll share with you some insight. On Monday, I'll share some insight on what happens to my kid sometimes because he tries to be a perfectionist and he gets all messed up. So it's a good conversation. It's a good topic to have. So kids will learn based on seeing a project to completion. They will mess up along the way. So we'll have to learn to get over it. I totally agree with you. And I think that part of that is for them to recognize that they have failed along the way. We'll talk about it. But yeah, I agree with you 1,000% on that. Like when they do a project, but I just want them to be able to recognize, like, to see the iterations that they have to go through and not just like see the start and see the end. Because a lot of times we'll see the start, we'll see the end, but we don't see the journey in between. And for me, at least, the journey a lot of times is a very important part of the process and highlighting all the falls and the scrapes and all that. So yeah, I totally agree with you. You are totally right on that, Junior. True. That is true. All right, cool. Let's go ahead and let's get into our first one of the day. So, can grads outsmart AI hiring algorithms in 2026 going into 2027? So let's talk about this one. Let's go to talk about that one.
Things look a lot different now compared to when I graduated college, with most companies now using AI to sift through applications. Job seekers have to get more strategic and creative. Growing up, many of us heard the same message: graduate college and get a job. But for today's grads, that's proving easier said than done.
It's been challenging for sure.
It's Sorelli Palma, just graduated from CSU San Marcos with a degree in business administration. They're actively looking for a job and have run into some.
Are you guys hearing it like I am? Because I'm hearing someone talk, or maybe because I have headphones, right? But it's like the audio is going back and forth between the left and the right, which is stupid. But I'm like, what is going on here? I'm sorry. Like, little things really bother me like that.
Hurdles, among them, how to stand out.
When companies are incorporating AI, they take away like the personalization of it. So now it's like you have to adapt to who's reviewing it.
AI has become a helpful tool for building and submitting resumes, but it's also made the job market more competitive. Instead of humans reviewing applications, more companies now rely on AI systems to scan for required skills and keywords, rank candidates, and flag those who best match a job description.
All the national reports say it's getting harder. Is that true?
Yeah, I think that there's always going to be some challenges that face students as they're going into the job market.
Christina Jeffries is the Associate Director of Internships and Partnerships at the Career Center at CSU San Marcos. She says students are coming to her with concerns, and in some cases they're valid. The unemployment rate among young people is roughly double the national average. AI isn't the only factor. Industry experts say tariffs and higher fuel prices are also pushing companies to downsize and cut costs. Still, Jeffries says there are ways to stand out.
The first step for anyone applying is to be able to look at those keywords and those specific requirements and ensuring those are on your resume. And that's one way to get around the applicant tracking system and AI.
Even more important, she says, is making personal connections.
Instead of trying to be one of 100 fish, really try to find those people at professional networking events, go up to them in a class after classroom, and then connect with them on LinkedIn and ping them later saying, Shannon, I met you, a year ago in class, and it was lovely to meet you. And now I found an opportunity at your organization. I hope that you'll consider my applications.
I'll tell you now, that stuff doesn't work. Like, I think that the same way that, I think the whole applying online, Indeed, LinkedIn, all that type of stuff, it took a drastic drop in being able to work when the boot camp explosion happened, right? So back in 2021, 2022, everybody was taking a boot camp, and they'll say, okay, you have to apply like to 100 jobs a week. Just throw out your resume, and companies got overwhelmed, and they're like, all right, we need to find a new way of hiring. I think now it's a combination of company recruiters and recruiters from like staffing agency type stuff, who's going to be like sifting through these resumes using the ATS, using AI to get rid of because I'll tell you this, right? I think that. All right, let's rewind. Let's rewind a little bit. Let's rewind. If you saw the quality of resumes that are coming out of these boot camps, they are like a paper cutter template. I've seen this. Like, I will get someone will send me a resume to review it, and by looking at the header and the first line, I'm like, oh, they went to this boot camp. They'll send me. I'll see their LinkedIn page. I'm like, oh yeah, they went to this boot camp. And it's like so cookie cutter, so bad, so terrible. So they're probably turning the ATS and to recognize these boot camp generated resumes that offer absolutely no value, to filter them out. So now you want to come in, like, just friend somebody on LinkedIn and send them a message. I don't think it's going to give you any progress, any success. You have to understand that companies are looking for people to add value. So if you have and it takes, all right, where is the market going? What are companies looking for? And how you can tell a story around that, how you can control and direct the narrative. So I think companies now, recruiters now, they're looking at people's LinkedIn profiles. They're looking at their presence online. They're looking at their communication skills. Are they going to be a good fit? I forgot who I was telling this the other day. I think it was at, I can't remember, but it's your job to lose. When a company reaches out to you, they see how you can communicate. They see your body of work. They might have looked at your GitHub. Who knows, right? They might have looked at your website. Like, oh yeah, this person looked like they'll be a good fit. Now they want to bring you in to take you through the formalities, and now it's your job to mess it up. It's up to you. But I think the whole traditional, I just graduated college and I hate AI and I booed for the CEOs at the commencement speeches and I just want to do it my way. There's no chance. There is no chance that you're going to be getting out. Right? So I think we need to reimagine the way that we get jobs, the way that we apply for jobs, and we need to see ourselves as a business. We need to see ourselves as a business, and we need to market ourselves. At the Vibe Code and Chill, one of my tech barbarians is going to share how they are strategically placing themselves to get opportunities and how they're marketing themselves to companies. I was stunned by what they told me.
Jeffries maintains there are jobs out there. It just may take more time and effort to land one. She points to industries in San Diego that are currently hiring, including healthcare and hospitality. And she encourages grads not to overlook entry-level roles that can lead to something bigger.
Sometimes you just got to get that first job, demonstrate your skill, and then you're going to be able to climb those ladders.
At the end of the day, you only need one yes, and that's what I'm chasing for.
Working for you, Shanna Handy, News 8.
Right? I do think part of the problem, though, is that, and this is something I talk about all the time, what are you going to college for? What are you majoring in? What are your degrees in? If you're saying like, go into hospitality and stuff, like hospitality is like working at a hotel, working in the restaurant industry. I think we need to be a lot more focused, a lot more dedicated on what we are, and a lot more strategic on what we are looking to do, so that I don't think in college they're really preparing you for what companies are looking for. So now when you get into the job market, it's like, I don't have these skills, and the companies are like, well, I need somebody with these skills. So I don't know if it's that the colleges aren't working with these corporations. At the end of the day, like a lot of these college professors, they hate the corporations. They're the one instilling this bad mindset into the students. So now they graduate and they think that these companies owe them something, when they're not actually investing or contributing into the companies. If anything, the colleges owe them preparing them for these jobs, which they're not. So it is a bad spot to be in altogether. I can't even bring myself to say it, right? I was gonna say I feel bad for them, but I think that we all have to be responsible and accountable for ourselves. And we need to plan and say, all right, what are my goals? What am I trying to accomplish? And then strategizing what is the best way to get there. So from your freshman year, maybe even before your freshman year, as a junior in high school, and you have an idea of what you want to do, you should already be looking at these job posting on LinkedIn and these job descriptions to see, all right, what are these companies looking for, and start building a game plan to go after that, to learn that, and those descriptions are going to change, but at least you already have a plan, and then you are regularly checking them every 6 months, doing job searches, seeing where is the market going, what is industry going, looking at these tech videos from like CNBC and Bloomberg, and see what at the time, like before AI, what is Microsoft doing? What is Amazon doing? What is Google doing? Watching their events. What is Apple doing? Watching their yearly or bi-yearly events to get ready, and like, all right, let me adjust here. This is what they're looking to do. Like AI is just it's a big part of it is machine learning, and machine learning has been out since there's been courses on machine learning since like probably 5-10 years now for like cheap on Udemy. So there is no reason that you should not be prepared. but it takes extra work. But if let's say you take these courses on your own while still getting your college degree, you are a lot further. You're a lot further than your competitors. Who are your competitors? All the other graduates and the boot camp grads as well. You have to crush the competition. You have to dominate the competition. So you have to prepare yourself. So can you outsmart AI hiring algorithms? Of course. How? Give the companies what they want. If they want people who are well versed in AI, then you have to learn AI. That's another thing that we have to do. We have to review the 5 pillars of AI, so that we can see, okay, how can we strategically position ourselves so that we can land one of those roles, you know? So all those things have to work together. And if you just think you're just gonna show up to class, take some tests, be a perfectionist, you're gonna get a nice degree, but you're not gonna get a job, or at least a job with a quote unquote livable wage, whatever that is, right? So things to take in mind. You can definitely outsmart the algorithms, but guess what? Outsmarting anything takes a lot of work. Are you willing to put in that work? That's the question. That is the question. Let me know in the comments below. Are you going to put in the work? Are you willing to do it? Or are you just gonna sit, whine, complain, moan about how you cannot find a job after 5,623 and a half applications? Because that half application, you didn't click submit. You forgot. You lost track. What are you gonna do? Do me a favor, like, share, subscribe, hit the notification so you know every time we go live and drop new content. As well, go to techcoach.dev. Join us for our exclusive vibe coding chills. Get access to resume flow, TechWebBrand's coaching portal, and the Speak Precisely app. And you can even join us for our Scrum Nights over at techcoachralph.dev. All right, let's go. Let me check the chat real quick, and then we are going to jump into working on our MCP server and our RAG. So RAGs to MCP servers in the house. All right. Let me see. We got, where is this? Here says, absolutely. This is where the magic, the journey is where the magic happens. Yup. Cooking up. Let me see. Here says, I hear it just fine. And then, but yes, the audio is going from one ear to, yeah, it was like, I'm going to fix it when I clip it up, but that was annoying. Oh my God. It's like, and especially when you have headphones on, it's like, boom, 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 boom. I'm like, oh, or annoying. He says, you mean cookie cutter template? Did I say something else? But that's what I meant. If I said something else, yes, I meant cookie cutter template. So they'll send me these resumes, and I'm like, okay, they went to this boot camp, and those resumes are bad. I'll tell you this. I got this resume one time, right? And all it had was like an internship on there, a fake internship at that. And then another one was like, oh, they had this one job on there. So then when I talked to the person, I'm like, are you like 21 or something? Or you just graduate like high school? And they're like, oh no, I'm like 40. I've been working for 20 years. I'm like, so then how come you only have one thing on your resume? And they're like, oh, you know, the boot camp told me I shouldn't put it. I'm like, so you're telling me the boot camp, so I'm like, you're telling me that the boot camp eliminated your years and years of experience because they said it wasn't relevant to what you were applying for. I'm like, just because you're trying to switch industries doesn't mean that you wipe out your whole entire career background, because guess what? No matter what field you're in, there is a lot of knowledge and insight and experience that you get out of that, even if it's going into a different field. I'm like, you don't wipe out your experience just because you're changing careers. It just looks like you have absolutely no experience at all. And it's like, why would I want to hire somebody who never had a job before, right? So there's that. We got life lessons in the building. Another person that I cannot wait to talk to on Saturday, Life Lessons is going to be sharing with us all of, or not all, but like 2 of the project that he's been working on, cooking up. I am so excited for this Vibe Code. It's been a long time coming. Last Vibe Code and Chill that we had, Life Lessons, Mike was not working, so was not able to share. So I am just looking forward to this Saturday. It's already scheduled as well. The link is pinned to the top of the chat. Please go and join us. I cannot wait to see that, right? And Life Lesson says, you 1000% agree. You have to crush the competition, dominate, just get them out of there. Says, well, that's my approach. No empathy for entitled folk. Oops. No. I meant.
How dare you?
I said paper cutter template. All right. So here's why I said paper cutter template, because in Jiu-Jitsu, there was a submission called paper cutter. It's a paper cutter submission, right? The isometrical choke. So I in my mind, I'm thinking cookie cutter template, but I'm also thinking Jiu-Jitsu paper cutter template, because we were working on our Jiu-Jitsu MCP server and RAG for AI testing. All right. So major fail on me. Live says, the day I listened to boot camp advice, sheesh, you can't make this ish up. I'm telling you.
Congratulations, you played yourself.
They told me, oh yeah, the boot camp told me not to have it because it wasn't relevant. I'm like, well, you don't have anything, and like your 6-month boot camp isn't really gonna do anything for you, or your 6-month boot camp plus internship, your 3-week internship is not gonna help you. And I told him like, but the field that you're in, there's a lot of what's the word I'm looking at? Like, you have to pay close attention to details. And if you met, like, the work that you're doing is actually more focused than the work you're trying to apply for. So those details would be super important. I'm like, man, these boot camps, you got to be careful with them. You got to but that's part of the problem, because people just follow that blueprint, that cookie cutter template. And now these boot camps make millions and millions of dollars with 0 results. They're saying, oh, you can get this entry level job. You can be making 6 figures after the 6-week boot camp. I'm like, what? You got to be careful. You got to be careful with them, because it ain't worth it. It ain't worth it. I'm not saying not to take a boot camp, but that's not the end all be all. And when I get these boot camp people, I start coaching them, and I say, all right, go do this. I don't know how to do that. All right, go do this. I don't know how to. Life lessons. You wouldn't believe this. They don't know Git. They don't know Docker. They don't know AWS. They don't know automation. Like, they don't know none of this stuff. And then so I'm like, all right, cool. Well, whatever. We're gonna figure it out. We have to catch up, because you go into a company, they expect you to know this from day one. Or they might take like a software, full stack development, and I'm like, okay, and all they have in their GitHub is the projects that they did in the boot camp or in the Udemy course. I'm like, did you build anything on your own? No. You ever open up a pull request? No. It's a problem. It's a problem. So this is why people aren't getting any jobs. This is why. All right. And Junior finds my failure absolutely hilarious.
Bruh.
I would laugh at myself too. All right. Let's go ahead and jump into working on this Jiu-Jitsu stuff. Let's go ahead and put up our first 20.
It's time to do.
All right, so let's look at over here. Let me see, where did we leave off? So we were, this isn't the one. So this is what we reviewed last time. And then all right, so let me open up PyCharm. So basically last time we were able to set up our other computer to to be our server, right? So it has our vector database over there, and we ran into some issues. So let's go. So we have this over here. And let's go ahead and run it again so we can see what issues that we're going to get. And while that's happening, I'm going to find the conversation we were having. There we go. All right, so it's asking Gemma to generate a. Oh, this isn't the right one. Hold up. Where is the one that we did the other day? Okay, test BJJ rag current file. Let's do that one. So we're asking. So basically, right now, our rag server, our vector database is loaded with the rules from IBJJF, the International Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu Federation, right? And we're asking it, how many points do you get for XYZ? And let's see. And it's not done yet, but it's calculating the points, and it gave us like a semi-wrong answer last time, right? So where we left off was trying to get the like is it this one? Yeah, I think it's this one. Let's see, is this done yet? So we had to change it to, let me see. I don't care about that. Okay, so, oh, it actually got it right. So the total point, so, all right. What changes did we made last time? So it says, Gemma for answer. As an IBJJF referee, I must analyze this sequence by breaking down each distinct action or position to determine which points are awarded based on the rules provided in Article 4. The total points for this sequence of a single leg takedown followed by a guard pass and knee on belly would be 7 points. That's correct. Hold up. Hold on, make sure. So, single leg takedown followed by a guard pass to a knee on belly would be 7 points. Yeah, that is correct. This would break down the scoring. Takedown 2 points, initial phase. Single leg takedown qualifies as a takedown provided the athlete starts with 2 feet on the ground. Guard pass, 3 points. That's correct. Knee on belly, 2 points. Correct. Okay, nice. Total that is good. Faithful, relevant. The answer is highly faithful because it uses specific point value explicitly stated in the source context. The answer is also true as it directly calculates and answers the total points for the specified query of moves, single leg takedown. And I think what we did last time was, where did we define that? What was the name of it? Are we not using Mac Mini IP? Oh, we had optimized it last time. Let me see. Helper, connect to the database, Mac Mini. So we just have connect to the database. So we don't need this anymore, right? Because in connect to the database. question, get embedding, question, user question. Fetch the top, I think it's top 5 at this point. Oops. Let's see. Database return 5 neighbors. What was the name of what we called it? It was a... It had a name. Let me see. Is it in here? Not in here. It was a particular way to do the search. Let me see if I can find it. But yeah, we had a particular name to do this, like a particular way we did the search. Where was it? Is it this one? We did that. We did that. Okay, so it was decomposing. Step 2. Where do we have that? Let me see if I can find the word decomposing. I don't see it here. Didn't we do that? Decompose. No, it's not there. I thought we did the decomposing thing. Ingest PDF. Not in that one. Helpers. Do I have decomposing? No. I could have sworn we did the decomposing thing last time. Because that's how I was able to break it down from my understanding. Let me see. Combined. Oh, let me look for this. Oh, yeah, I definitely did this. Let me see. Let me look for that. What? I'm so confused. I know we did this. That's cute. Or let me see. Sub. What in the world? Database return top 5 neighbors. Combined. Retrieved context. Join. Did I not do this last time? DB. So then why did it get it right? I'm confused. Because he got, let me run it again and see what it gets. Because he got the right answer, but I thought we had decomposed the answer though. Pretty sure we did. That is so weird. I'm pretty sure we had decomposed it. Huh, interesting. Well, I think we should decompose it just to be on the safe side. I could have sworn we did this. One, 3, where's 2? Retrieve, search. Okay. Could have sworn we did that. Let me see. Got the right answer again. That is so weird. I could have sworn we had decomposed it, but I guess we didn't. Well, since it's getting it right, I will leave that as is, but if this happens again, we'll know where to decompose it. So that's just a little bit strange. I guess the next thing that I would want to do with this then is I would want to, it's still running. A little confused. I could have sworn we did this last time. Guess not. All right. Anyways, it passed. So let me give it a different question. Let's say, copy this, go over here, and I'm gonna say, this is my current code. How can I prompt? How can I ask different questions in the terminal where I'm prompted, and it will have to provide answers and still go through the judge without having a hard-coded question. We can have a default question if none is passed in, but I want to be able to ask different questions. So just so we can try it out. And it's probably just gonna be like, oh, do the input thing. Did I copy the right one? Or did I not paste in my code? All right, fair enough. They have the decomposed there. I feel like I should do the decomposed, but I can probably do that later. Where's the, so def. There's gotta be an input section here somewhere. Okay, there we go. So this part right here, inside of the main, I'm not gonna copy this whole thing, but I can say copy that. And I'm gonna go all the way down to the bottom, and we're going to say, I'll put this here. How many points are you worth for a single leg takedown? Welcome to the interactive Barbarian Flow Rag Tester. And then so I have this here, and I'm going to say, while true, user input, we're going to do an input, and I'll just let's say enter your Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu question, or press enter for the default question. All right, so there's that. And then let me close this up, see better. And then we want to say, if user input to lower in exit or quit, print shutting down interactive tester. Sys exit 0. Says if not, user input is equal to default question. Print f string using default question. Oh, I wonder why they made that an f string. And then run the, all right, so let's cut a comment there. It would say not called run. Say so I'm gonna have to refactor this a little bit, but I'm gonna go here with the user input of user input, and then print n plus. What is this doing? Is that all in the while statement? Oh, I think it's trying to do like a wait. I never did one of these before. That's pretty cool how they're doing that. Where's that coming from? Except, oh, there's a try in there. Try. With that, except. Keyboard interrupted. Print. I think that's like if you do like a control C to exit out of it. Shutting down. Interactive tester. And this is probably something that I'll do as a variable so that it doesn't have to. Like have the same text over and over again. So up here, test live rag, I'm going to do a user input. And for user input, I'm going to say user input. I can just call it user question. User question. And I'm gonna comment this line out. So now by me calling this user question, and then user input gets passed in. Get rid of them, comment that out. So it gets passed in over here. And I think I just have to add up here. Let's get rid of these because those are externalized. Sys, was there anything else you wanted me to add to it? Import re. Oh, we have import re already. We don't need. All right, so let's give it a run. So if we say run, okay. What is your question? How many points do I get if I pull guard and sweep, and let's say, and scissor sweep, and land in guard? In Berimbolo, I spell Berimbolo, come on, Berimbolo to a back take. So that's the question, right? We'll let it run. We'll go to break, and we come back from break. We shall check the results, and if the results are good, then we're gonna go into seeing what we can do with the MCP server. All right. Let me see if there's anything in the chat, and then we will go from there. Let me see. Like it says, most of the tech I know is from me teaching myself. Me too. Sad thing about this generation is that many of them are graduating and they can't even read, which is terrible in itself. You know, you're the second person today that I heard say a lot of the graduates can't read. I think it was on the video I posted today about the AI teachers from Alpha schools. So you're the second person I've heard who said that. It says, on a more productive note, I actually started building out my local large language model on my machine. That cloud outage the other day accelerated my timeline for this. Very, very smart. I want to hear about that. Definitely, maybe we can definitely hear about that during our vibe coding show, because I do have that on my to-do list as well, to build a large language model. A question for you, Life Lessons, is because Claude, it can work with like coding and stuff like that. How do you build it so it can become good at coding? Because I figured it would need like a lot of context. So I'm just curious, like, what is your strategy for building that out? But that's awesome. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Look who is in the building. Meep, meep. What up, my guy, Rod Brown? Rod Brown in the building. The one, the only, in the flesh. All right. Is that acknowledgement enough? Is that acknowledgement enough? Shout out to my guy, Rod Brown. Rod Brown says, just drown already.
Congratulations, you played yourself. They ain't believing us.
All right, I'm drowned. I am drowned. All right, I'm drowned. All right. Our next topic of today, we're gonna be talking about all right, so watch Magnet's heart pop up. You say government 3 times, Magnet's heart pops up. But we're gonna be talking about Representative Burgess Owens, former football player, actually, talking about AI in education. Second time we talk about AI in education. Let's jump into it.
Thank you. I'm going to highlight what the Chairman of the Full Committee said. This is a hearing I wish all of my colleagues could sit in and listen to. And I also can see the bipartisanship we have here. We all have concerns. Make sure there's a balance between opportunities and also the dangers of this process. But I came across a quote just a couple days ago. Productive capacity is power. I'm so excited for teachers like my parents. My dad was a professor at Florida A&M for 40 years. Mom was a high school teacher. And their eyes, they just were so excited about seeing the eyes of their kids that they're teaching, that just open up, their confidence grow. And that was their mission. I'm so excited about teachers like that in the future we have as we produce really, I think, one of the most productive generations coming if we make sure we balance this right. I wrote down just a couple words as we were going through this. I just wanted to share with you guys. Words like this, disruption, sharing of open AI. We even got into electricity. We talked about paradigm shift of electricity. Personalized learning at scale. Ubiquitous access, and we talk about colleges like the HBUs that would need this. Knowledge work, critical thinking, human dignity. These are all words that we can now say we have a great opportunity to embrace. I cannot wait to see the productivity we're going to have our kids coming in the future as they begin to understand how to critical think and work in this process. And I want to thank you also, you and your industry. This is a remarkable time, and we need to have people that are smart, that are passionate, that have the intelligence, the wisdom to know the difference, and also to know that you can lean in and have this collaborative effort to make sure that we all grow as a country. This is a very important time for our country's future, and this process you're going through right now and what you represent will make sure we're leading in a good way. So I want to thank you for all the work you're doing, for work that we'll be seeing in the near future. And And I'd like to, again, thank the witness for taking the time to testify before the subcommittee today without objections, and there being no further business, the subcommittee stands adjourned.
I wonder what is the work that he's actually talking. I always get nervous when politicians are talking about technology, because a lot of politicians, you'll have doctors. It's funny. Yeah, former doctors, after they retire, they become a politician. You'll have lawyers who, after they retire, they become a politician, and you'll have veterans after they're done serving, they'll become a politician, right? Or they'll become a pundit on, either they have their own show or they have like they're on CNN or Fox News or MS Now or whatever, right? Also, now you're also getting like former actors, you're getting baristas, you're getting whatever Zoran Mamdani used to do before he became the mayor of the largest city in the United States. But you never really see tech people heading into politics. Number one, probably because there's no money. I mean, there is money in that, but there's no legal. What am I saying? There's no, it's just different. It's just different. Being someone who creates and is providing service and then also having everybody hate you versus being someone who is always like criticizing and not getting anything done. In the private sector, we work, we put things out, we get feedback loops. In the government, it's just like a slow grind, right? So let's do a little bit of investigation, because he didn't really say much in what he was thankful for. So we're gonna do a little bit investigation. We're gonna go over to here, and I'm gonna say I just reviewed. Close this up. Burgess Owens closing comments at the talk about AI in higher education. What was the purpose of this hearing, and did they accomplish anything substantial in pushing AI in higher education efforts, or was it just one big hype to make it seem like Congress was actually being productive? That's my question. Is that a fair question? You've hit the exact frustration many people feel when watching congressional hearings. To give you the straight answer, if you're looking for substantial hard policy, new funding, or concrete legislation passed during that session, no, nothing substantial was pushed through. However, it wasn't completely empty hype either. The session titled Building an AI-Ready America, Higher Education in the Art and the Age of AI, chaired by Representative Burgess Owens, served by a specific foundational purpose. Here is a breakdown of what the hearing actually aimed to do and what was discussed, and why it feels like a mixed bag of progress and political positioning. I think, all right, if you had to guess, what percentage would you say is political positioning, and what percentage would you say was actually progress? Put it in the chat right now. Put in the chat what percentage you think was political, and say political positioning this percent, and progress that percent, right? Because what I see a lot in Congress is they're getting ready for midterms, so now we got to have these conversations to create these sound bites. The real purpose of the hearing. This was the 7th hearing in the broader congressional series examining AI across different sectors. Because Congress moves slowly and technology moves at lightning speed, these committee hearings are primarily used for fact-finding and narrative setting. So by the time they can actually act on these hearings, technology has been shifted already. Shifted. So that's when they're trying to like quote unquote regulate AI, regulate Google, regulate Microsoft. There's no possible way for them to do it. And that's why they're always behind, right? Says the main goals were to identify hurdles, to understand how universities are failing or succeeding at adapting AI, mostly failing, I'd probably say. Spotlight the skills gap. Industry experts testified that students are dropping out of college or graduating over-reliant on AI, using it as a shortcut but underprepared to use it professionally. Facts. Sound the alarm on academic integrity. Owens explicitly noted that if students can produce polished work without genuine learning, the literal value of college degree drops to zero for employers. Probably already did. Did they accomplish anything substantial? If your definition of substantial is a binding law or emergency fund for tech infrastructure, then the answer is no. That wasn't my definition of substantial. I just mean if anything came out of it. Committee hearings don't create laws. They gather the testimony needed to draft them later. Did they accomplish what they did accomplish, gathering some incredibly sharp ground-level insights from educators and tech leaders like McGraw-Hill, Harvard, and Florida State University. The testimony established three major takeaways that will likely shape the future education bills. Moving beyond ban versus allow, the consensus was that both outright banning AI and unmonitored usage are failing strategies. Facts. Rethinking assignments, experts pointed out that if AI can easily complete a take-home exam, a take-home college assignment, the assignment itself is flawed. Do I agree with that? I don't know if the assignment is flawed, because at work we'll tell AI to do this for us and then we'll refine it. So I don't know. They push for a return to oral exams, in-person presentations, and critical evaluation skills. I mean, they can still have AI create the presentation and then they just present it. Critical evaluation skills, definitely important. Oral exams, it's important. Yeah, I think that helps. The international threat, a major driver for Congress here isn't just student cheating, it's national competitiveness. Owens emphasized that global competitors are heavily integrating AI into their schools, in their schooling systems, and the U.S. risks falling behind in our if our workforce isn't AI literate. That is true, and I think we're already behind because a lot of people, they hate AI and they refuse to adapt it and to learn it. And I told one of my tech barbarians today. And they had a Claude subscription, but they never looked into the Claude Code CLI or the Claude Code, the Code CLI, building something like that. You have to start using Claude Code because it is just about a requirement now in companies. So, those are the things that are happening, right? It says the verdict, hype versus productivity. It is completely fair to view this with a bit of skepticism. This is always an element of political theater in these hearings. Lawmakers want to look like they're tackling cutting-edge issues on camera. Ultimately, it wasn't a total waste of time, but it wasn't breakthrough either. Think of it as bureaucratic groundwork. Congress is currently trying to figure out what the rules should even look like before we even try to write them. For engineers, developers, and educators dealing with AI right now, the hearing didn't change the daily reality on the ground. It just proved that Washington is finally noticing the problem. Maybe too late, but better late than never, right? Better late than never. Let me know your thoughts. Do you think that Congress is going to do anything substantial with AI and how it's integrated into the education system? Are they going to say, all right, are they going to treat AI as like an elective? Learning how to prompt, learning how to engineer, learning how to use these different tools? Or are they going to like try to push it off, not have students use it because they're afraid of it's going to take their jobs? I would be in favor of AI as a required elective where you need to know how to properly prompt engineer things so that you can have a chance, you can have a fighting chance. Start preparing these kids for what the future holds. Let me know your thoughts. Do you think that there should be a AI course in elementary? Is that too early? Middle school, definitely. High school. Do you think that should be required AI courses for students in like lower level schooling, whatever they call that now, and like their primary, like their early education as well as in college and stuff like that? Or now keep the kids out of AI. Keep the kids out of AI. Let me know your thoughts below. Drop me a comment. Do me a favor. Like, share, subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you know every time we go live and drop new content as well. Take a drop of dev. Join us for our Vibe Coding Chills. Join us for our Scrum Nights. Get access to Resume Flow, Take Ranch Coaching Portal, and the Speak Precisely app over at techcoachralph.dev. All right. So let me go and check the chat real quick to see if there's anything in there. And we're good. All I said was I get worried when I see bipartisan things, because if they both can agree on something, then it makes me worried. It makes me worried. It just depends on the school, but middle school might be a good time to introduce that. Yeah, I think so. What I've done with my son is I will have him describe something to me, and then I'll prompt it out, and then he can see what was actually produced, right? But definitely I want to give and he's only like 4, so I wouldn't give a 4-year-old free reign at AI. But starting to get him into like, all right, tell me, like, so he's correct. For example, on his pre-T-ball team, like the kids will have a walk-up song, and he described something for me, and I created into a song, and that was his pre-T-ball song, you know? So just getting them like in the environment and in the atmosphere, like have them like describe a picture and have them, and then, all right, I put it in, and then it generates the picture. So I think it's a good entry point, all right? So, and just to show that Rod Brown is paying attention, he got Junior's name right. He says, "What's good, my brother Lar Yee." Shout out to Rod Brown getting it right. All right, let's go ahead and jump into one more segment of work. Let's go over to click that off.
Let's go! Let's go!
All right, let's see what this produced. So I asked it, let me see what I asked it. I asked it, a lot of junk. How many points do I get if I pull guard, scissor sweep, and land in half guard, and berimbolo to a back take? So berimbolo is like this rolling flip type thing that you'd go and take the back. All right, what did it say? It said, be awarded an advantage to the, what? An athlete who takes an opponent down in order to defend a standing back to, what are you talking about? I'm gonna read this whole thing, but. Ooh, hold up. I think you got it wrong. Let me see what you said. Just give me the answer. Let me see. What was the answer? Please be more specific about the position. Ooh. So I think we do need to decompose. We might need to actually do the decomposition now that all right, interesting. So, Ray wanted to get to the rag. All right, well, before we can get to the rag, let me go and pull up the decomposition. Let's see if we decompose it, if it'll get it right. Could have sworn I did this before. All right, so let's go to, I just what I did this last week. Let's go to decomposing a complex question into subqueries. Decompose prompt. You're an expert search assistant. Break this complex question down into a comma separated list of 3 simple distinct search queries. Do not output any conversational text, just comma separated list. All right, so there goes the question. Subquery. So where do we call Gemma? Do we call, let me go into here real quick. No, that's calling the database. Get embeddings. We call Gemma here. Get embeddings. Not here. Query database. Ask Gemma. Oh, we call Gemma here. Okay. All right. So subqueries equals call Gemma. And I'll comment this stuff out afterwards, but why is, so let's say subqueries raw, call Gemma, decompose prompt. Decompose prompt, okay. And then we are let's go here. So subqueries here. And then we have the connected database happens afterwards. Okay. Searching vector DB for combined context. Put that in there. Put that over there. Our collections, we got that. And then we have that. DB results. Let's say we put this here, all retrieved queries. And then this is going to go in here. And DB results query SQ vector. All right, so we don't need this one anymore. Just commenting it out for now. And then retrieve context. Let's put that up here. And then comment that out. So now we have our decomposed query. Question vector. What is this question vector up here? Is that's not even being used, is it? User question. Get embeddings. Is that in something else? Decompose prompt. Are we getting the, I guess the getting the embeddings is, okay, so get embeddings is in here now. So this that we used to have here, it is in here now. All right, so let's try to run that again, see what we get. Oh, shoot. Let me stop this actually. Let's go to a new line. How many points for pulling guard, scissor sweep into half guard top and not spelled berimbolo to a back tick. Let's see what that one does. Let's see what this one is going to do. Decomposing the complex question into subqueries. So right now it is at, let me see what step it's at. Subqueries, via docs. Where is that one? Decomposing the complex question into subqueries. Okay, it's right here. So it's probably, all right, there we go. Searching the database. Still looks crappy to me though. Retrieved context. These answers look so weird. What the heck is this? I don't know. It is still weird. The retrieved info is still. I'm gonna copy this while it's running. Let me say copy all. Let's go over here. It is still running, but after setting up the decompose, I'm getting these results. It just still looks weird. Look at the third subquery. Gemma completely hallucinated the name of the technique because it translated your typo into a figure skating vocabulary. What? You type Barambolo and Gemma turned it into Beelman Bolo. Okay. This is a classic RAG vulnerability called upstream query corruption. If the subquery generator introduces a noise or hallucinates a key term, the vector DB returns junk data, leading directly broken pipeline. Here's a breakdown of why the data retrieval missed the mark and how we can patch decompose prompts. So Gemma acts as a spell checking filter for technical grappling terms. Let me see. Decompose prompt. But that's so specific though. All right, so that's just correction examples. Let's go to, sorry, let's copy that then. Let's copy that. The hell it was doing. It's not 2 points. Sweep. Oh no, this gets points. Pulling guard is 0. That's correct. Scissor sweep into a half guard top should be 2 points, and Barambolo to a back take should be 4 points. If you take the back with the hooks in, right? So let me fix this real quick. Let's all right. Let's go. Is this done yet? Whatever. You're still wrong, so whatever. Stop you. Do you want my question again so I don't have to type the whole thing out? Let's go here with both hooks in. Let's see, we're gonna get with the decompose now. All right. As we add more, what word would I use for this? As we add more processes to it, it takes longer. You know what I mean? Let's see. Still don't see. I don't know why it shows up like this. Maybe because the way that it broke down the PDF. I wish you could get rid of like all the nonsense, but whatever. All right, while it's doing that, let's go over to here. And I just want to start thinking about, do I want to do it on this prompt or do I want to do it on the other one? Let's leave that here. What's I want to do? Let's go to what am I looking for? There we go. All right, so looking at our MCP, so let's say I'm thinking of, or what kind of MCP server or MCP we can create for our BJJ app that will answer questions about the rules, how to drill certain positions, and any other relevant BJJ stuff. All right, so while that's going, this is done now. Pulling guard. Ooh, wait, pulling guard. Transition constitutes what? That should be 0. And then the sweep would be 2. This is so wrong. This is so wrong. Okay, we'll see. We'll see what it says. We shall see. But it's wrong. I know the faithfulness judge better say wrong. All right, let's go back over here then. So building a rag is a lot more complicated than people make it out to be, because these rags ain't loyal. These rags ain't loyal, all right? Building the MCP server specifically for Jiu-Jitsu applications is a massive developer flexibility move. In the MCP architecture, a server exposes 3 core capabilities to an AI model: tools, action that AI can take, resources, live data AI can read, and prompts, preset templates. By structuring your BJJ app backend into an MCP server, you can give your AI client direct programmatic access to rules. The BJJ Rules and Regulations tool checks submission legality, position, submissions, belt color, age, division. The AI invokes this tool when user asks, can I do a toe hold as a purple belt in a Masters 2 division? The server checks a structured JSON matrix of IBJJF rules and returns an absolute true or false with penalty criteria. Calculate points, a tool where AI can pass a sequence of events, guard, pass, sweep, mount, and your back and return the precise score based on the rule set, allowing AI to perfectly judge the match, video, transcripts, or or scenario questions, and then BJJ drilling curriculum resources. The MCP acts as a readable URI endpoint that your app exposes, where the user asks about drilling. The AI can check these paths to see what your application actually recommends or what the user has unlocked. Get drilling template, position. I don't know how I feel about that. BJJ game plan builder tool. That sounds pretty cool. This is where the right capability of MCP shines. The AI isn't just chatting, it's mutating data into your app. User updates mind map, user ID, position, transition to, technique. If a user tells AI, when I'm in deep half, I want my go-to move to be a Faria sweep, the AI calls this tool your back and immediately updates the relational tables or graph database powering the user's visual game plan inside the app UI. Interesting. So basically, let me see if I have this BJJ Barbarian Flow. So basically what they're saying is you can prompt it to say, I want to do X, Y, and Z, and then it would start building it out without you having to manually put it on here. This thing doesn't even work yet, to be honest with you, but oh, I guess maybe it does, huh? And then I go to standing. What do I do from there? Why didn't I do like a... I don't have where you could like pull guard. Something's missing. So we go here. And then we connect that. But something's missing in between.
Lunch break, lunch break.
Something is missing in between because I should have the option to pull guard or take down and then standing and then so anyways, whatever. Whatever. Neither here nor there. Let's go and finish this thing off. So the final answer that it gave was based on provided rules, said 4 points. The judge said hallucination detected, faithfulness says faithfulness is false, relevance is true. The source context only established a general rule, take down 2 points. While the answer correctly identifies that takedowns are generally valuable, it makes an interpretive leap by assigning 2 points for sweeping and projecting multiple times in sequence. Furthermore, the concept of scoring specifically from pulling guard is not detailed enough to support a definitive point value within this context. Because the specific combination and cumulative scoring model used in the answer exceeds what the source context basically mandates, it fails. So the judge worked correctly, but the RAG did not respond correctly. So our testing is good, spot on for the most part, but the actual RAG itself, the retrieval augmented generation, that is a major fail. So something that we keep working on as we get into this, figuring out this. I think we're going to pursue the idea of the model context protocol, where we can use it to build out this game plan and help with drilling. So that I think we'll work on that as well. All right. So that is what we'll figure out. That is what we'll figure out. But that will have to be for next week, not today. Not today. All right. And you know what? I think I'm off of work next week, Thursday. So maybe we even go live a little bit earlier so that we can start enjoying our long weekend coming up. All right. So let's go over to here and let me see. Let's jump into our last topic for today. Our last topic for today before we get up and out of here. We are going to go to prison. We're going to prison, and not lovable prison like Junior is normally in, but we're going to go to prison drone operation. All right. So let's go over to our last one. They're cracking down. They are cracking down on the prison drops, the drone drops in prisons. All right, so let's get into that one.
Smuggling ring arrests in U.S. history for using drones to get contraband into prisons. That's how federal prosecutors describe what happened here in Georgia today. Channel 2 consumer investigator Justin Gray live at the U.S. Federal Penitentiary in Southeast Atlanta. Justin, this is one of the prisons targeted.
Yeah, George, we know from the criminal indictment that garbage bags full of cigarettes, cell phones, and drugs were found by prison staff dropped behind those fences. And this ring stretched from Georgia all the way north to Virginia and south to Mississippi. FBI agents and local police, guns drawn, surrounding multiple homes across metro Atlanta and Macon, taking into custody suspects in a drone smuggling ring. 38 alleged drone deliveries of contraband to federal prisons, not just here in Georgia, but also 7 other states.
This is the largest charge on an organization doing this kind of activity in the history of the United States.
This is one of the drones that was confiscated, a heavy payload drone. Allegedly 6 of these used to smuggle contraband into 10 different federal prisons. The unsealed criminal indictment.
You know it's going to suck too? Those drones, you need to have that Part 107 license. Is that right, Junior? The Part 107? I am pretty sure the drone operators did not have their Part 107 license as well. So that's probably going to be another, let me see. What is the penalty for flying a large drone without Part 107 license? Flying a drone over 55 pounds, under the Part 107 license is a violation of FFA regulations, and as Part 107 strictly applies to small drones under 55 pounds. It can't be 55 pounds. Because I thought you needed the Part, let me see. Is it Part 107? Because I thought it was like 249 grams. Like, flying a drone heavier than 249 grams. Flying a drone heavier than 249 grams under Part 107 without proper registration is a violation of their operational rules and can result in severe FAA penalties, including civil fines up to $75,000 per violation. Okay, so greater than 55 pounds is a different violation. So greater than 250. So I don't know how heavy those drones were, but that's how they're going to get you, though. That's how they're going to get you. You saw with the greater than 55 pounds, that is a 3-year, that's at least 3 years that you can go to prison for intentional, reckless, or hazardous operations. Criminal sanctions can apply. These can include federal fines up to $250,000 and up to 3 years in prison upon conviction. So the lighter drones, they're less penalty heavy, but pretty big trouble. All right, so let's continue.
Charges 12 people in a criminal conspiracy allegedly smuggling drugs like meth and marijuana, cell phones, and even weapons. The indictment alleges that the crew used a former daycare here in Macon, Georgia, that they nicknamed the Lab to store their contraband and load up those drones for their missions.
Some state and federal prison drone smuggling contraband have been so frequent that the facilities look like a small airport in the evening.
Channel 2 Action News has been reporting for years on problems with contraband being smuggled into the federal penitentiary in Atlanta.
I'm the king. I'm gonna get a phone anywhere I'm at.
This Atlanta inmate bragged on Facebook Live how he can always get a cell phone. And look at this photo, just some of the 800 cell phones confiscated in a 2021 sweep. We've even reported on inmates coming and going as they please through holes in the fence and shown pictures of parties with contraband booze and drugs. U.S. Attorney for the Middle District of Georgia, Will Keyes, says drone use increases the challenge of fighting the flow of contraband.
Just by the nature of these drones, they're fast moving, they're remote. It's a challenge for law enforcement, but I think that's what this case demonstrates.
And if I remember correctly, it's a crime if you shoot the drones down as well. So you can't shoot them down because that's another penalty. So I think we talked about that last time we reviewed this, right? You can't shoot them down, so they can just operate. And the thing is, right? Let's say you can't. Let's say you captured the drone somehow, right? Can you trace it back to the owner? I don't even know.
Is that we are at the speed to tackle this problem.
And to show you how serious federal prosecutors take these drone deliveries, several of the people involved in this conspiracy are facing a maximum sentence of life behind bars. Now, we know that some of the contraband has been intercepted, was prevented from getting to inmates, but we know that other deliveries apparently did make it through. Reporting live in Southeast Atlanta, Justin Gray, Channel 2 Action News.
And when you talk about drones, the technology used for so much good, but also for criminal activity. Justin, thank you. Let's get more details now. Drones are being used more frequently to smuggle in contraband directly into prisons. Smugglers are using the drones at high altitudes, at night, to get drugs, weapons, and even tools inside. In many cases, the criminals use drones to map out blind spots, patrol routes, and one bizarre delivery intercepted crab legs and steak. Smuggling ring.
You gotta have your crab legs and steak while you're in prison. They told you, oh, the prison food is so bad. You know, you want your cornbread. You gonna eat your cornbread. Now they're asking, you gonna eat your crab legs? You gonna eat your crab legs? How do you want? All right, here's another question. Here is another question. All right, are you ready for it? Are you ready for this question?
Are you ready?
Do they deliver the steaks cooked or not cooked? Are the steaks delivered cooked or not cooked? And if they are cooked, how are they cooked? Are they like what do they call it? Like what's the doneness level? Is it raw? Medium raw? Medium well, or well done? What is the doneness level of the steak that they're delivering if it's cooked? I'm curious. But here's my final thoughts on this whole thing, right? It's a shame that operating a drone, especially at the size of the drones that they're operating, is no small task. All right. It takes a lot of knowledge and precision to be able to operate these drones. And there are many companies, industries, careers that can be made around flying drones, especially those type of drones, right? You can work for the police department. You can work for the fire department. You can work for electrical department, where you can fly up a drone to inspect the what do you call it, like the power lines. You can be a drone photographer for real estate. You can do it for scenery. You can do it for so many things. I remember Junior. He used his drone. I was telling somebody about this the other day. He used his drone to capture like him driving one of his cars, right? If I remember correctly. So many opportunities that you can use. Like you can even drive. You can even like fly drones in the military, right? So many opportunities that people have with this technology, yet they go and use that knowledge, that expertise, to commit stupid crimes and then post it on their social media about, I can get stuff into the jails. Like, and that's why I always come back to, do not blame the tool for the stupidity of the human user, for the way that humans use it in an incorrect way. People will be so quick to blame firearms, to blame knives, to blame hammers, to blame whatever, when all of these things have good use. You can use a firearm to protect yourself. You can use a firearm to do competitive shooting. You can use it to go to the range and you know, it's like therapeutic, or you can use it to commit crime. Shout out to Chicago. All right. The same way you can, the first time I went to Nebraska, right, for a meetup with work and stuff, right, we went on and we did axe throwing, and it was fun. So you can use axe to chop wood. You can use it to add, like, there's axe throwing competitions, things to do it first, or you can throw it at somebody, which is wrong, but it's not the tool's fault. The same way with AI. All right. All of these things are YouTube, for example. So many people have learned so much from YouTube and university. While on the other hand, people, they'll use it for like a bunch of toxicity and stuff like that. No value. So everything is a tool. And we try to blame the tool makers and the tools as opposed to how people use these tools. These drone operators could have had a nice life, saving people's lives, building a career, and a lot of these companies, they will even get their drone operator certified. I remember I was chatting with BSO, Broward Sheriff's Office, the other days, right? At this event, and they were telling me that as a BSO officer, if you want to join the drone program, they will train you on how to fly the drone to help you get certified, and then do some additional training on how to use it in a police environment. So we have all these opportunities, but yet we, as the delinquent human beings, choose to commit crimes with it where they can face life in prison now for smuggling contraband into a jail. And even worse, right? Even worse, violating the Part 107 FAA law. All right. The smuggling contraband into the jail is one thing, but how dare you violate the FAA Part 107 rule? That is the unforgivable sin when it comes to flying drones. You never violate the Part 107 law. All right? Just saying. I'm just saying. Let me know your thoughts. What do you think about these drone drops and the federal government raiding on the parade of these human beings who use the amazing tool of drones to commit havoc in criminal activity? Do you think that they should be allowed to run wild? Or they deserve their punishment, life in prison without the possibility of parole? Life in prison without the possibility of parole. And what do you think about their violation of Part 107? To me, that's a deal breaker. I say throw away the key because of that Part 107. Let me know your thoughts below. Drop me a comment, all right? Do me a favor, like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you know every time we go live and drop new content, as well as take control of the dev. Let's keep the conversation going at our next Vibe Code and Chill. Join us for our Scrum Night, get access to Resume Flow, Tech Barbarians Coaching Portal, and the Speaker Precisely app so that you can elevate and maximize every potential and not get caught up committing crimes with drones and facing life without the possibility of parole and violating the FAA Part 107. That's a no-no. All right? Over at techcontrol.dev. All right. Let's check out the chat, and then we're going to get up and out of here for the rest of the night. Enjoy your night. All right. Junior says they're cracking down on drone usage altogether. People flying around the FIFA games had the feds show up at their doors in minutes. They're not playing anymore, and they're laying down heavy fines. Look, especially like with FIFA, the thing is with drones, as we see, if they can drop weapons, drugs, cigarettes, phones, steak, yes, steak, right? If they can do all of that, and crab legs, then if they can drop things that go boom, right? I don't want to say the word because I don't want to end up like Meet the Parents and like, oh, just like, it's not like I said, it's not like I said, right? But you can't say it at all. So I don't want to take that chance. And then now the stream's like, oh, we can't monetize it because you said, but I said, it's not like I said, right? So things that go boom, right? So they can drop these things and it could be havoc. It could be havoc. So I agree with the crackdown, right? It says yes, part 107. I can't believe I remember that. It says, yeah, 55 pounds, but you're asking about, yeah, I was thinking about the 0.55, right? 0.54 is 249 grams. So because I put large drones, I guess there's a different category between 55 pounds but you still need the part 107. So I'm a little confused about that. It says, I thought they were giving them tablets anyways, right? See, they can join us for our Vibe Code and Chill. Although I'd be kind of worried if someone in jail joined us for Vibe Code and Chill. I'd be kind of nervous about that. I don't know how I'd feel about that. Yeah, if somebody shows up in there with their prison jumpsuit, in like the prison library, you see all the legal books, and they just show up, pop up on Vibe Code and Chill. I'd be kind of nervous about that. How would you feel about that, Rod Brown? How would you feel about that, Junior? Someone shows up in their prison jumpsuit at Vibe Code and Chill, ready to learn about AI. I'd be kind of nervous. That's a vacation house. I mean, you have a daycare, right? It's definitely not the Leering Center, but they call it the lab. Like, come on. It says they can be traced though, depending on the software being used. Fair. Crab legs and steaks are essential. They are. This prison sounds like a great time. I'm still. Yeah, I'm not doing it. I am not interested at all. As Uber Eats for prison. That's what it is. That's the next one. Drone drops, Uber Eats. Uber drones. There you go. Uber drones says they love. Oh, God. Junior. What?
How dare you?
So the steaks are probably rare or medium rare. That's messed up. That was uncalled for. It's whoa. I did not drive a car while flying a drone. That's not legal. That's what I meant. I meant that you were in a car and the drone was following the car. And plus, would it be flying a drone if you set the drone on follow? And now you're driving slowly and it just follows. You're not technically flying the drone. The drone is self-flying, technically, right? It says Rob Brown, and then they walk through the hole in the fence to go get food from Uber and go back inside. Imagine that, right? Like, wouldn't that be, because a lot of times where these those prison breaks, right? Because they leave, but what if they can like go in and out? Like they have a secret spot where they go out, they come back, they go out, they come back, you know? So says he had a phone in prison and the best thing he could have done was go on Facebook Live and tell on himself. Was that guy? So he was in prison. I thought he was talking about getting stuff into the jail. But yeah, I mean, hey, he could have went to the gram. He could have went to the gram. Says SMH, so stupid. It happens. You're just great show as usual, Rod Brown. Great show. Thank you guys so much. Skipper Jones says the ones who doing it do not know about a 107. They don't know. What is it saying in what is it saying let me see if I can find it. Let me see. In Boys in the Hood. See, Boys in the Hood. They don't know. Let me see if I can find that real quick. Let's see. I need a short one. Oh, there we go. Let's do this real quick. This is how we're gonna wrap up the show, right? So Skipper Jones says the ones who doing it don't know about a 107. So we're gonna do it like this real quick. Let's go like that. Gonna do it like this. In honor of Skipper Drone's comment.
Started thinking, man.
it's so low?
Don't show. I don't care about what's going on in the hood.
Trey looking like, what the hell did you just say? I mean, watching it again, that thing makes no sense whatsoever. Made no sense whatsoever. But yeah, they don't know. They don't care about no Part 107. They do not care about a Part 107. It says they can stop them. Let's see. Junior says, it says, and that's a fact, but you know what? They say ignorance is no excuse for breaking the law. I mean, shout out to Skipper. Shout out to Skipper Drones. So I will say that to Junior, although the ignorance is no excuse for breaking the law, I think that whether they knew about the Part 107 law, dropping the illegal, dropping the contraband in the jail, they're not ignorant to that being illegal, right? So they know they're breaking the law regardless of the Part 107 or not. This is about the hobby's airspace. Let me see. It says, like the judge told the guy who got sentenced, they have a good life ahead of them so they can come to Vibe Code and chill. For real. It says, says, yes, you're supposed to have VLOS at all times, visual line of sight. Okay. Says, this is the big companies having the FAA to make sure to control the airspace. Yeah, and plus you don't want a drone to interfere with like a helicopter or a plane. And things of that nature. So there's gotta be some mandates and some laws around that. So I'm not opposed to the only part that I hate about the Part 107 is that I would like, in order to use it for like, just for me to use it for my YouTube channel, I would need the Part 107 because for any income that you make off your drone, you have to have the Part 107. So it's like, it's annoying. It's annoying. And I'm like, I'm not gonna go and get a semi-pilot license just for that, right? It says no, it's not the same as stealing cars. Anyways, welcome to the channel, Skipper Drones. Really appreciate you being here, and shout out to Junior. Shout out to Life Lessons. Hopefully you have safe travels, Life Lessons. Shout out to my guy Rod Brown as well. Appreciate you all. But we're gonna wrap it up for tonight. Thank you guys so much. We will be back at it again on Sunday for our live stream, and join us for our Vibe Coding Show free meetup on Saturday at 2 p.m. Eastern time. We're going to be talking about AI and a lot of things that I learned on my trip, where companies are headed towards AI. We're going to be seeing Junior and his cool work, Life Lessons and his cool work. We're going to be talking, and we're going to see some of the Tech Barbarians showcasing their strategies and, questions, answers. You know how we do at our Vibe Coding Show. Drones have crashed into rescue airplanes, putting out wildfires in California. That is wild. All right. But that's it. That is it for tonight. You guys, do me a favor as we end the show, like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you know every time we go live and drop new content, as well as techcoachroute.dev. Join us for our Vibe Code and Chill for Scrum Nights, get access to Resume Flow, Tech Barbarians coaching portal, and the Speakers IC app over at techcoachralph.dev. All right, you guys have a wonderful rest of your night. See you guys on Saturday. Tech Coach Ralph, we are out.
Gotta take a little time to read this output. I better check between the lines before
before I blindly push to production. In my eye, there's been syntax and pain. I don't know if I can